Hey, you familiar with former Australian leg spinner Stuart MacGill?
Yeah, well, I know of.
Yeah. So he decided to get into the podcast world, you know?
Yeah, classic.
Like
the Aussies are loving it at the moment, aren't they?
Shit, yeah. Every old former player and their dog has got a podcast.
Every old fart that has once held a ball, bowled a ball, or kicked it.
However, Stuart MacGill's a unique individual because he is batshit crazy.
Okay, so I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
Has he always been this way?
He's batshit crazy. He's got himself in all sorts of trouble previously. But he thought, you know what? Everyone's doing a podcast, so I'm going to do one.
He'll give it a crack.
However, not getting on so well with his co-host. So this is the latest pod.
But I just think you're missing...
Move on.
You're missing what I'm trying to say. Because I think...
Move on.
I'm trying to
move on.
Warner some...
Move on.
Warner some
move
grace.
On.
Warner some grace.
Listen, you muppet.
Yeah.
When I say move on, I'm not talking... I'm not saying keep talking about something.
But it's my
move
show.
on.
It's my show as well. I can keep talking.
Go on, keep talking.
I will keep talking.
Go on, keep
Listen
talking.
to him shit himself.
No, I want to move on to the Bangladesh stuff.
Good.
All right. All right, now, moving to the Bangladesh tour.
And if you cut that out, it's the last time I ever worked
Oh, no,
with
I
you.
won't cut it out at all. I'll leave it in.
So that was about... They were talking about the upcoming
Sounds
Australian...
like an old Matt and Jerry
breakfast
show.
Yeah. I
We had a few shows like that, don't you worry about that?
I did send a message to Joe and I said sometimes I feel like saying that to Mesh.
Well, wait, what part? The guy,
on.
Stuart MacGill, the guy that looks a little bit like Johnny Vegas.
The Johnny Vegas guy. Can we just clip the move on and we can have it on a button bar just so we can go,
do that
move
for
on.
sure.
But I just think you're missing...
Move on.
What one do you want? Because there's a few in there.
I think that first one's quite good.
Move on.
Because it's quite clear. So you go, play it again. So he goes,
But I just think you're missing...
Move on.
You're missing what I'm trying to say. I think...
Move on.
that one's good.
That one is good.
That one's good.
Who was Johnny Vegas?
I don't know who that guy is, but what he was talking about.
Yeah, and what was he talking about?
What got him fired up was he was talking about the upcoming Australian tour of South Africa. They are going back to the scene of the sandpaper crime for the first time. And the guy was saying, look, I think the South African fans went too far last time in regards to David Warner, you know, wearing the Sonny Bill masks and everything like that.
Yeah, okay.
And that teed off MacGill saying, why'd you bring it up again? Like, you're just as bad as the fans. It's like, you're just as bad as the fans. And he's trying to say, no, I'm trying to say that I've got a lot of empathy for...
Move on.
I've got a lot of empathy for Candice, Warner and all that. And he says, and in the middle of before that, he goes, I'm good mates with Candice, okay? Move on.
Right, okay.
Don't bring it up again. You're just as bad as him. You're just as bad as him.
Yeah, okay. Well,
a lot of cocaine energy coming out of that.
My question for Stuart MacGill is, how good of a mate is he with Candice?
I don't know. Yeah, well, who knows? However, the voice...
Move on.
I hope he's not that good.
I will move on, but what gets me is the voice break of his co-host who's struggling a little bit to deal with the volatility of Stuart MacGill. And he wants to move on to the Bangladesh series. Can we listen to that break? That's the funniest bit.
So this might be tough for you, Joe, but yeah, maybe the whole thing.
Here you go. Here we go. Look.
You muppet. When I say move on, I'm not talking...
Wait.
I'm not saying
But he tries
keep
to move
talking
on.
about
Yeah,
something.
but it's my
move
show.
on.
It's
My
my
show
show as
too.
well. I can keep talking.
Go on, keep talking.
I will keep talking.
Go on, keep talking.
Go on.
No, I want to move on to the Bangladesh stuff.
Good.
All right.
He goes again.
All right, now, moving to the Bangladesh tour.
Oh,
Cut that
bless
out.
him.
It's the last time I ever
Oh,
worked
no, I
with
won't cut it out at all. I'll leave it.
Oh, bless him.
Move on, Meshy.
Is that what happens on midday to 4 on Newshook ZB?
Oh, my God.
Move
that's
on,
funny.
Meshy.
Move on. Jeez, poor Johnny Vegas. Thoughts and
Yeah.
prayers. Have they... When was this? Was this recently?
Fairly recently. I've been sent it so many times from so many people.
Yeah.
I've been sent it from former New Zealand cricketers, current cricketers, saying, check this out.
Have you ever been a part of a reel on mic? Because they're quite trendy at the moment. I'm not sure if you've seen. You may have heard Colin and Jackie are going through something as well at the moment.
Who cares? No one cares. Why does everyone care so much about Australian media?
I know we do care a lot about
particularly
it.
Australian radio. No
Have you
one gives
been
a
involved with a proper on-air forecast before? Like a proper one?
shit.
Who's capable of one? I mean, we don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot here, do we?
I don't know if I have actually been in a proper one where people have actually... I mean, there was the Matt Heath famous podcast Agenda Walkout when Mania said that he's not a true Warriors
that's
fan.
close.
He's a Warrior. He's a fan of himself.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Okay, that might be as close
The
as
Pen
we've
and Noir
got.
fans aren't fans of the Warriors. They're fans of themselves. That's
Yeah.
what they said.
Yeah, right. Okay, and that caused a walkout.
That caused
but
a
that's the
walkout.
opposite of a I mean, maybe Stuart MacGill would have been better served if he just stood up and walked out, but
Yeah, no, he wants.
was never going to.
He just wants to move things on.
I mean,
He's like Jason Hoyt in any sort of life and podcast. He just wants to move things on.
he just wants to wriggle things along a bit.
Move things on and go and get on with doing not much else.
And then halfway through, switch code a little bit and go on then, keep talking.
I want to talk about Bangladesh.
Imagine the Jason Hoyt, Stuart MacGill podcast. It'd be the shortest podcast ever.
Oh, yeah.
G'day, welcome along. Move on.
Move.
Thanks for joining us.
See you later. Chili Peppers.
Live from the Export Beer Garden Studio, this is the agenda for Wednesday, the 4th of March.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Shout out to the Hauraki Big Show. I know they're big listeners of the Agenda podcast.
Yeah, they don't deserve that. I mean, this is the thing. This is what you say about Hoodie J is the definition of a drive-by daily.
Oh, it is. It's an easy. It's
you're
an easy
hanging
target.
out the window and you're going bang, bang, bang.
Well, he consumes
past the
no.
Hauraki studio for no reason.
He consumes no podcasts. He consumes no media. No
I
media.
think Minogue and Chris sometimes listen at a
Oh,
stretch.
Minogio does.
Yeah, but what you say would be sounds so
Hey,
harsh out of context. Anyway,
can
can
I-
we focus on the real thing?
Can I also take credit for the Minogio lookalike at the Winter Olympics?
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. I spotted that. I was like, what the f*** is Mogi doing in the Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
Coaching those snowboarders. Anyway. Sorry, what? Drugs.
Yeah. Speaking of snow, the Saffas, they're on them.
Oh, yeah, but this is...
Can we say that? Are they?
This is what you were saying, they're hiding in plain sight. There's that famous photo of the South African rugby team pre-World Cup in the gym.
2019.
Yeah, and they've all got their tops off. And normally your front rowers, they're built, they're big,
Yeah.
but they're not like operating a 5% body fat situation. They've got a bit on them. They all look so jacked. And an article has come out over in the UK around the decline in South African drug testing over in South Africa, which pretty much means they haven't been drug testing.
Yeah, only about 22 or something % of South African rugby players have been getting tested over the last 5-6 years.
Aren't they? Don't you have to sign up to some sort of WADA?
WADA? Aren't WADA doing the testing?
Where's
What are WADA up to?
Well, aren't you,
Are they the governing body of testing?
Don't mind you, South Africa, when have they followed the rules? They've got Razzies there going, you go to the gym and you take lots of drugs, okay?
Yeah.
He's
And you
pissing
get-
in
you
every
get
single
big.
one.
Yeah, you
It's
go.
Russie's piss.
Yeah, you bring that little thing to me opposite it, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not a good look.
I don't know
It's
what
a
they're gonna do
massive,
about
it's a
this.
massive hatchet job on South Africa because they're basically saying this. I think it was a Telegraph saying over in UK saying it's put cast a shadow over their 2 World Cup titles because they're not drug testing like every other nation.
And then they had a couple of issues, didn't they? They had that young World Rugby Player of the Year in 2018
Oh,
or something like that then got pulled up the following year for drug testing, and we haven't seen much from him since.
They've also had the most amount of suspensions for drugs
Yeah.
in by miles in World Rugby.
And who did they beat in the 2019 World Cup final? England.
Yeah, so that's why they can't.
That's a hatchet job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because but it's kind of where there's fucking
Yeah,
smoke, where there's smoke, because they've had the most suspensions for illegal
the
drug
shoe
use.
fits.
Yeah, if
the
the jacked photo fits, because they just look, you can tell her. It's like the Liver King. Did you watch the documentary on the Liver King?
That's right.
When he was like, you got there, it's a guy on roids. You can tell right from the start.
It's when the big fellas have got these kind of pot belly abs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're just massive. And don't get me wrong, some of these guys might be in shape. I don't know. What
Oh,
it
they're
takes
all
to
in
get into
shape.
shape like this.
They're all in shape,
This goes without saying. A couple of fucking semi-alcoholics talking about dudes are in shape. Okay.
Semi.
Speak for yourself. I'm full blown.
Oh, yeah. Fuckerica. I'm a professional alcoholic.
Full blown alky.
What are you talking about? You're an amateur. That's what you are.
So this guy.
Functional professional.
Functioning professional alcoholic. Thank you very much, Mashy.
That's really,
Move on.
That's really hit a nerve. Play it, Joe.
Move on.
Sorry. Who's the guy second to the right? He's the one that honks.
Is that the prop?
Yeah.
The beast. Yeah.
He's the one that I'm looking at going,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there's some suspicions there. Hey, speaking of beasts though, and dudes are still cut to pieces,
Yeah.
Carlos Spencer.
Oh.
So he's still marauding around a little bit, doing a bit of coaching. His son is playing for the Blues, but injured though.
Okay.
But he's come out and surprisingly, he's weighed into the number 10 debate. The All Black number 10.
Who should play it?
Yeah, and unsurprisingly, he's come out in support of Richie Moe because Richie Moe really is a Carlos 2.0. I'd say a little bit better than Carlos, a little bit more skilled than Carlos.
Better defender, probably.
Yeah, Carlos was.
He is our best 10, isn't he?
Moanga. Yeah, he is. I mean, I still like Bodie though coming on as an impact, or even at. Oh well, Jordan's sewed up that fullback position, hasn't he? You can't put him anywhere else.
But is he so good that it's worth the admin of trying to make it all happen? I don't know.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, it already is. It is happening.
Yeah, so it is.
So do you think because Razor's left? Obviously, he's still committed to New Zealand rugby. He's still coming back, isn't he?
He is still coming back. Yeah, he signed.
He's signed. Okay, so Richie Mo's coming back.
Oh, that's funny.
Can we send him down to the Highlanders or
I'd
something?
almost just kind of assumed that had fallen by the wayside since the whole
Why
Razor
would he
drama.
go to the Highlanders?
Why would he come out and play for the Crusaders? Why would you do that?
Because he wants to win titles.
Yeah. He's seen the slow start that we've got off to and thought, you know what, comeback story is on here. A Netflix doco.
I can do that worm on Rugby Park again.
Crusaders Mana coming to a Netflix near you, 2027.
Move on.
What have we got next? Let me have a look.
Move on. Are you going to talk about your cupboard next door?
Yeah,
your
mate,
cupboard?
she is coming
Oh,
along.
it's looking good.
There is a video coming out tomorrow, the Diary of a Betcha Lounge Part 2,
Can't wait.
where we have gone shopping, we've gone building.
Oh, look, I mean,
I've
there's
spent hours assembling flat packs.
yeah, look, there's Drive to Survive, and then there's the Betcha Diaries.
Yeah, that's right.
That's 1 and 2 on New Zealand's most watched reality series.
Of course, on Friday night we have our first watch along coming out of the new Betcha Lounge, which is a live stream set up so we can watch all sport together, punt along, watch along,
Admittedly, it looks
wank along. I don't care.
Hey, admittedly, it looks quite good.
It does look quite
It
good.
looks
in
quite,
there.
I'm a little bit jealous about your little kind of kids' cave.
Well, you're welcome to
the
come
kids'
in there
cave you've got next door.
at the price of something. I'll decide what that is. Maybe
Well, I did
like
fill
a
it.
cheesy bake or something like that.
I did fill it full of Export Ultras. For
that was generous. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
You're very cheesy. You know how to stack a fridge.
I hate an empty beer fridge.
You do.
It really triggers me.
Yeah. Another drive-by you commit daily on
Hauraki,
the
yeah.
Hauraki radio station.
Well, it's
is-
just and also a beer fridge that's got boxes ripped open and cans taken out of it. It's just like it's so lazy. Just respect the fridge, respect the beer, and respect the fridge. That's all I ask for.
That's why you're a functioning professional alcoholic.
Correct. Move on.
The Wahs are versing the Roosters at 8 p.m. So join us on the ACC YouTube channel. Just search for the Alternative Commentary Collective on YouTube. You'll find us 8 p.m. That's going to be me, Isaac Silly, potentially Joel Harrison.
Pants man. And
we got a kind of half yes from him regarding Friday night. Depends on what him and his boys are up to. I then invited all of his boys in, and he said, "You don't want all my boys in there."
Yeah, you don't. I've seen what happens.
Then would have an empty beer fridge.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad thing. I think better than a fully stocked beer fridge is a completely empty one. That's what I'm going to say. But a half-assed, half-eaten rat job. Busy day, that one, because we've got Chiefs Mana versus Moana Pacifica commentary that night.
Reckon you'll win that?
Move on. And then we've also got the ACC Open that day at Pupuki as well, the postponed date, so on the 6th. So that's going to be a hell of a day.
notoriously get absolutely fuck off
Hey,
with those
no, I
things.
don't. I play golf and like to have a couple of beers, okay? Last night wasn't so good for me.
Yeah.
I had a couple of beers with the Cocaine Cowboys and the Twilight.
Oh, well, let's come back to that in just a moment. But what I will say is that you do not want to win anything at the ACC Golf Open, because if you have to be met by a post-round G Lane up at the presentation
a lot of
table,
booing.
you're going to get absolutely fucking
of booing.
roasted.
Some people don't even come up to get their prize.
No, because they know they're going to get torn apart by you.
But
So
your,
how
pot,
did the-
your pot's open though, remember?
Oh, your pot's
You
open.
need to put some money in that pot.
Oh, you want me to get on the pot?
Oh,
Get
so
on
you're
pot.
as part of this Betcha Lounge
love to
thing,
get on
this
the pot
watch
right
along,
now.
you're hosting a pod as well. So you,
Yeah, that's right. I think we're going to do it every week. So if you do want to get involved, every time we do a watch along, if you do want to get involved, then we're going to open up a little bit of a pot. I think it's going to be opening tomorrow officially.
It's open now.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it open now? You've opened that up for me.
Okay, well, there you go.
Thanks,
And
Joe.
group name the ACC. So you can basically just
Hosted
put in
post the
as,
Warriors vs Roosters. You'll see it come up.
you can put in as much as you want.
Yeah,
And-
I'll put it probably 50
And then
in there.
you go to committee to decide what happens there.
Yep, something like that. I think we'll figure out ways. I mean, we've got games in the Betcha Lounge you would have seen. Like, I think sometimes we're going to use those to make decisions for us. We're going to use, the universe to give us signs. It's going to be spiritual betting in there. It's going to be...
Spiritual. I'm not a big fan of spiritual betting. Like you Betcha guys might be. I'm more an analytical bettor on TAV.
No, you're certainly
I'm
not.
results driven.
Don't you dare say
I'm
that
results
you're an-
driven, mate.
Joe, is he an analytical bettor?
Results driven.
Yeah, depends on what sport it is. So cricket, pretty results driven.
Yeah, okay.
Horses and the dogs, just
Vibe.
complete
No,
vibe.
that's a vibe. Yeah, okay. Like sports wise,
Complete vibe.
yeah. Who's not vibing on the dogs?
That's a good
Here's a tip for you
The
for,
dishes are not,
for Friday. Mark Nawana Tonawanasi
Nailed it.
Okay, let's call it there.
is playing on the same edge as DWZ. So I would put a fuck ton of money on him scoring a try in that DWZ.
2+ tries.
Well,
I
you think
reckon.
DWZ is going to be clamping in a bit, do you?
Yeah, he'll
He'll
come
be jamming
flying.
in. He'll be jamming in.
He'll be jamming in. Hey, cool. After the break, can I fill you in on the update of the Twilight team? Because I've committed a massive crime.
Yeah.
So they're now infamous Cocaine Cowboys playing in the Waitemata Twilight League.
Yes. So again, I'm still half the supply of being able to meet them only
Oh,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah. Jane, Rob, and Mike.
Mm.
So 2 Mikes in the team's a bit confusing.
It is confusing.
Jane
Which
did
Mike's
hit
the
me
one-
up. Jane did hit me up yesterday and said her kids who are in their 20s, like, when are you guys commentating on Super Rugby and the NRL because they can't watch it?
Yeah.
I said, just
Right.
working
okay.
on it. Working on it.
When are we going to start commentating Twilight Golf at the Waitemata golf course?
Uh,
I'll sit up there
we're
on
winding
that
up.
beer deck.
We're winding up the season.
And
There's
commentate.
only like 2 or 3 weeks left.
Okay, it's a shame.
But anyway,
That felt like a good use of resource.
shit, we were going well. 4 under through 8.
Yeah.
The 9-hole.
I have to ask, the listeners are wondering, did Mike, either A or B, find anything on the field on the second fairway this week?
No, he didn't. Apparently,
Okay, so
I ask every week.
So
You got any?
Mm.
But he had just come back from Electric Avenue,
Oh.
and he said there was a lot of that going on. He was people
There's a couple of pink Mitsubishis in
like
that.
people just like he said it was like some people were just troughing,
Yeah.
just putting it to the nose and troughing into it,
Yeah.
just an open public.
That
Anyway.
sounds fun.
And
I mean, what?
so everyone had to take 2 drives, like any Ambrose
Yeah.
kind of thing in 9 holes. First hole, absolutely striped one,
Attaboy.
downwind, almost to the green on a par 4. I was like, yeah, it's going to be my day. I proceeded to then duff everything, and then so much so that it was up to me on the 9th. I was the only one that could tee off.
Yeah.
We were 4 under. We're in the money. Okay, so 4 or 5 under, you're in the
And when you say in the money, you're in for a bottle of what?
Lake Chalice,
Jim Beam or
Lake
something. Oh, no, that's quite
Chalice,
good,
or
okay.
or you get potentially a side of smoked salmon.
Oh,
Sometimes a
You are
brisket,
on the shore.
sometimes a full brisket. So we're in the money, and the worst thing I could do, and this was this hole was a fairly wide hole. There's no real out of bounds. There's greens either side. All there is, 20 metres on the left, there's a drain, which
Yeah.
is out of bounds.
okay.
Worst case scenario,
Hmm.
put it straight in the drain.
Yeah, nice.
Double bogeyed the hole.
Right, so that was...
Down to 2 under, out of the prizes.
So
So
you came
there's
home
a lot of
empty-handed last night.
lot of
Oh.
head shake and a lot of kind of wasn't your fault. And I was
Oh, no.
like, nah, it's all right, man. I was like, nah, it's not all right.
You know when you start getting, oh, hey, man, it's not your fault at golf, it's been a bad day at
Yeah.
the office.
And then a mate of mine, Paul, I saw in the car park. He went past in a golf cart and he copped an absolute spray from me because he just came in at the wrong time. I was like, who has a golf cart for 9 holes?
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
big soft cock.
Yeah, right.
And he's
He
like, whoa,
caught you
whoa.
on the come down.
Yes. And he was like, sorry, you didn't deserve that. But you are a pussy. Who has golf carts on a 9-hole?
Yeah, that's like finding me on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah. And yeah, so apologies
Anything's
to Paul.
possible.
Apologies to Paul. He got a huge drive-by as a result of that.
As he drove by. Who won? Who's the next? Who's the target for next week?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's quite a good.
Do you know? Do you care, or are you
well,
just
what-
more of if the Cocaine Cowboys aren't in the money?
if,
they don't
we're not in
give
the
a
money,
shit?
we don't care.
Yeah.
If we're not taking it in. We got the brown paper bag a couple of weeks ago. That was good.
Is that a new kind of?
No, it was full of like sweets and lollies
Oh,
and chocolates and chippies and stuff. Bag of snackachangies were in there.
that's nice.
I don't have many
It's
of those.
donated by you, probably.
Yeah. By Lee Hart. Anyway, that's the update on the Cocaine Cowboys. And we've got the golf tournament this Friday, so that'll be bloody good. Hey, Cricky.
Yeah.
Semi-final time tonight. I heard Paul Stewart Ford on Radio Hodaki this morning on the Breakfast Show,
Yeah.
New Zealand's premier sports journalist, and he was great. He did a great analysis of tonight's game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Both teams have been in four semi-finals and lost them all, or won 1 out of 4. I don't know.
I'm glad you were listening.
Some great analysis.
No, the analysis.
Really stuck.
I think the analysis was we're both as shit as each other. We're both shit as each other in World Cup tournaments. So, because we always look at them and think they're chokers. But
Paul
we're
Stewart
actually-
Ford, could you say something at least
could you
G
say
Lane
something
can
actually?
remember?
And it also said it's all about emphasising the underdogging. We've got to lean on the underdogging.
Are we sure we're saying that right?
Yeah. He did say dogging, and then he said, "Well, it's more underdogging because we're the underdogs, so we've got to lean on the underdogging."
No.
Another good observation was
So
the fact
if you're an underdog, are you automatically underdogging?
yeah, you got to go into the game underdogging.
Okay.
And he also said, which is quite good, that New Zealand are kind of a hard team to hate as well. So you can't really do an impassioned speech about how much of a fucking bunch of pricks they are, which you can do with most teams around the world.
Oh, like pre-match, you're on the boundary rope, you get the boys into a huddle, and you go, the fucking Aussies, let's work through these boys individually. But you can't do that with the Kiwis.
And that's why they're such a niggly team to play.
Yeah.
And they've got game breakers in there that could turn the game. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to get up at 2:30, 2:30, going to head down the garage, turn on my 70-inch Hisense.
Yep.
Which you can get to for $700 at JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah, you've been getting assholes all week from the wider NZME collective about the fact you've set up a second lounge in your garage for you. You're claiming, by the way, when you first talked to me about this, you were claiming it was for your son.
Yeah, he doesn't use it.
No,
I do.
I don't think he. It was when you started talking about installing the urinal on the wall where I thought, hang on.
And also, I've installed a small gym down there as well. So,
fuck off.
So there's rumours have been spread. And I found out this actually at the golf yesterday.
Are you cheating?
No, I hear you just do weights and watch golf in your garage.
Yeah.
I was like, who told you that?
You're tuning into that.
Who told you that? And they went, no one.
Are you locking in?
And then I was like,
it feels like you're locking in.
And then I was like, but then I'm like, that's basically people come over to our house and they say, where's Mike? And my wife just goes, he's in the garage watching golf and doing weights.
Doing bicep curls.
But the fact is I'm watching golf. I'm not doing weights. But every time I hear her come down to the garage, I quickly throw up the dumbbells and hey, babes! And then she lays the dumbbell down and just get back to the golf.
I like that you think after all this and with everything else going on that the weights is even going to make a difference. Like, she's not going to be any more impressed by that. You might as well just say sitting in your arm.
Something about
rocking back and forth.
I mean, she knows it's full of shit. That's why when people come out, she goes, ugh, he's lifting weights and watching golf.
I've got a really American image in my head of her opening up the kind of basement door and it creaks and then flicking on the light and then going down the wooden stairs to you.
Kind of like that. I can tell she's coming because I can hear her walk on the deck above it, and then there's like the gravel from so I can hear crunch, crunch, crunch.
And then you flick a switch,
which gives me time to whip the shit off, and I get the spray bottle and put spray all over me, and then go
What's the reason to? It's probably something to blame the stink on as well down there.
It stinks of actually. You know what does stink of? It stinks of fucking outboard engine oil and petrol. As my son takes a fucking 6 horsepower engine apart and try and put it back together.
Jeez, you boys are on down there.
It's like I said to him. He said, "Can I take the carburetor off?" And I said, "Sure, mate." And he YouTubes it, takes the carburetor off. I was like, "You know, the engine's running." And he goes, "Yeah, but the carburetor needs to clean." I was like, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Oh, it always works better with the carburetor off." I go in there, there's fucking screws everywhere. And I'm like, do you know where all those screws go? Yeah, of course I do. Bits of engine everywhere. So in amongst my weights.
What's he got? A Skyline?
Well, this end Skyline.
Yeah.
No, he's got an outboard engine for a boat.
You're talking about a boat engine?
Yeah. No, he's got a 6 horsepower.
Sorry, I missed that part.
He's got a 6 horsepower.
Wait, have you got a boat as well?
I got a dinghy.
Here we go.
Okay.
I've got a fucking inflatable dinghy, okay?
Yeah, okay.
70-inch Hisense.
Yes.
Things aren't making sense here, G Lane.
This is like the worst baller of all time with a 70-inch Hisense and a fucking 2-meter inflatable with a 25-year-old Evinrude 6 on it. They don't even make Evinrudes anymore.
You're living that life of where you think you were going to get as a kid, but you end up falling massively short, so you just get everything, the cheapest version of everything.
I can say I've got a boat.
Yeah.
And a man cave.
I respect it.
Yeah.
That's good. It's the honest version.
Yeah, anyway, so the garage is just oozing man.
And so your son's just dismantling your boat motor at every chance you can get just to understand it a bit better.
Yeah. And you know what? He just YouTubes it all.
Has he got it back together?
No.
So it's still in pieces.
It's in 1,000 pieces.
Keep us posted on that.
I'll send you a photo.
Yeah.
I'll send you a photo of the setup.
Yeah, you should. We'll blast it up on the caravan.
Yeah.
God, that's traumatic.
Yeah. Okay.
What are your fucking old boomer mates at the TAB up to? I think you've got a bit of a punt.
Oh yeah, I have got. No, I've got I got a same game multi tonight, and it's actually it's paying $6.44, and this one's Tim Seifert to score 20+ runs.
Yep.
And I think the pitch they're playing on, it's going to be a lot more runs than the ones in Sri Lanka. They love playing in India. Heaps of runs get scored at Eden Gardens in the IPL. Heaps.
Jeez, look at you coming in with this. This is show. Are you trying to prove that you've got an analytical mind when it comes to betting?
Devault Brevis, I've got him at 20+ as well. He loves the Tonkin. So I've got those two at 20+, and then Glenn Phillips to hit 2+ 6s as well.
Yeah.
And that is playing $6.44. So I've got a hundy on that same game multi.
What's the over on South Africa scoring over 300 runs?
300.
Do you think this was going to happen?
Not a fan of our bowlers in this tournament.
Yeah, haven't gone too badly in the last couple over in Sri Lanka with the
we're back in
spinners.
India now.
Let's
aren't
go
we?
into
Yeah.
this. Who's
A little bit-
Where are
this-
your issues?
A little bit more sprint friendly, the Eden Gardens. So I think that there's a tiny bit of advantage we've got over South Africa is the fact that we've obviously got a whole team, just had a whole team of
Yeah.
part-time spinners.
No, Matt Henry.
No, he's in the air. He's in the air.
So he's bowling from the air.
He is in the air. He is.
Oh, hang on.
He's had the baby. Well, he hasn't.
I don't think he
he's,
has.
He's
No,
watched.
no,
he's
his-
watched.
his
He's watched
wife
the favourite
may
pub
have.
burn.
Or his partner, I
He's
don't know if
watched
they're
the
married.
favourite pub burn down, and he's on a plane back to India. Right.
Yeah.
He's going to have to go through Singapore.
Well, he's not going through Dubai.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. And my options to fly into Amenabad have drastically reduced
Which
as
has
well.
been huge.
So we're going to win. We're going to
people,
win.
people are saying this is a distraction from getting G Lane over there. All this that's going on in the world over there.
The Trumpies done this.
It's just to
Yeah.
keep you away from that fucking.
Iran has fired off missiles just to stop G Lane
Someone was saying that
going
it
to the
was
final.
the Epstein files, as they wanted to take attention away from that. I was like, fucking hell, that is an outlandish
Yeah.
overreach.
A lot
Bombing
going
a
on there.
country to change the news narrative.
God, how much do your partners have a serious fascination with kind of international crises? Like my partner's just been on TikTok and Instagram relentlessly for the last 24 hours,
Yeah,
just
but that's not real news. What
taking
is
in the
going-
slop
going
that is
on?
on
Slop.
offer.
How
She
funny.
shows me a video at one stage that is clearly of a video game. I think maybe GTA. Of a plane landing, and it was something about look at this fighter pilot dodging all these bullets that are being shot. It's like, okay, Lozzie,
Oh my god.
we need to maybe put.
That's
the
a
phone
bit
down.
like my parents are a bit like that. They're like, oh my god, did you see that video? You know it's AI.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's not real. It must be so confusing trying to work out what's real and what's not.
Well,
I
it is.
struggle.
I'm struggling to figure it out.
What I'm really enjoying is the Dubai. Having lived in Dubai and Abu Dhabi for a number of years,
Chocolate.
knowing I'd never done a Dubai chocolate,
Oh.
but knowing what their government's like and around controlling the narrative of what's going on there, and obviously
Yeah.
they're getting a bit of heat. They've and you got all these fucking punishing content creator
the
influencers over
yeah,
there,
my mates.
and they're all sending videos back, but the UAE government do not like that because
No.
they need to control the narrative around them protecting, shooting the missiles down and
image
the old one
they've
that gets
got.
through. And they've said they're going to fine them $80,000, which is most content creators who are in bank not much, but then put them in jail. So if you put an unauthorized piece of footage,
saying it's bad and dangerous.
yeah, you'll go to jail, and that will shut them down pretty quick because jail in the UAE and the Middle East is not good, and the justice system is we don't like you, you're going to jail for a long time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
And have you seen the U-turn that's been done by a majority already?
Yeah, it's like the safest place in the world. We're so happy
lucky
to be here.
So thank
Oh
you for
yeah,
that.
the narrative's changed
They
now.
can be bought quite easily.
Yeah,
these guys,
yeah.
So
They're
do
not
keep
being
an eye on
bought.
that.
They've been told.
Well, they're being told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the DOA like, you do that again and you're going to jail. And they'll go like, you can't do that. And they're like, just watch us.
Yeah.
There was
So-
a great one before the clampdown of this guy. Fuck, he was a fuckwit, but he was like, you know what? We're under attack, but you know what? This has taught me about how to communicate with each other. You need to talk to people face to face, and that's why I'm teaching this course on
Oh my
B2B
God.
marketing.
Fuck
It's
off.
a lot of marketers and
Mm.
it's a lot of personal trainers, online
Oh
personal
my
trainers over
God.
there in Dubai, and they are the worst of us. I saw a clip coming. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about this whole situation. It's an absolute disaster, and it should not be in a Sport Adjacent podcast. But here we are. There was as you were saying, there was an Aussie beaming back to the breakfast show and fucking
Yeah.
the Goldie or whatever it was. I think it might have been the Sydney breakfast show, and it was just the worst dude ever. He had some do what you want with yourself, but he had some makeup on, and he was he had the lighting perfect, and on his balcony there, and trying to show off what was going on behind him, and it was just like, this is a fucking disgrace.
Hey, I was thinking you were talking about the personal trainers and stuff.
So I turned into Matt Heath there for a second.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe it's that opportunity for me, just to bring it back to myself for a moment.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Don't get me wrong. We're all going to do that in just
I
a
see
second.
boot camps going on everywhere around beaches and parks and stuff.
Yeah,
You know, I'm thinking
You're a big fan of the beach boot camp.
I reckon I could open up a garage golf weights boot camp in my garage. So dudes come around
Yeah.
and we just watch golf. I give them some dumbbells and shit, and we'll take some photos for Instagram. But in reality, we're just going to watch golf.
There's an idea. Have you just been, this is what's been happening, is I've been tangenting off about the influences in
Yeah,
Dubai. You've been sitting there going, geez, I've actually had a really good business
I know.
idea
When
here."
you mentioned personal trainers, like maybe I should become a personal trainer, but it just involves sitting in the garage, watching my Hisense, and we can take a few photos. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched enough fucking bullshit High Rocks content to maybe flick a couple off. You can put it up on, you send it to your MIDI, whatever.
Yeah.
You're making a difference.
You know what it looks like.
You're making a difference. But in reality, we're down there crushing tins and watching golf.
So long as your success plan isn't a results-driven business, because I don't know if you're going
mental.
I don't know if people are going to come along and then spend 8 weeks with you in your boot camp and
Look, all I'm going to say,
make any kind of progress that people might imagine.
90% mental, 10% physical. Okay, that's my philosophy.
Yeah, that has always been.
It's for mental health.
Yeah,
okay? It's for mental health. I mean, you'll leave the garage a better person than you came in.
Yeah. Dubai playing any? Like, are they involved? What's the situation?
They got a UAE got a team.
Are they playing?
They got knocked out of the they were in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
we played them.
Massive expat population in the UAE.
Did we beat?
Massive.
I assume we beat them.
Yeah.
So
They still scored about
are
180.
we concerned?
Still scored 180.
Are we concerned? What?
That they're coming for us? We beat them.
No, UAE.
Iran.
Oh my God.
Iran
don't have a team. Iran is sending the rockets. Move on.
I'm waiting for when we play Iran in the Football World Cup.
Oh yeah. I need to talk about something tomorrow, maybe on the potty, but I've got a situation as well involving Iran.
Well, what's happened to us? What's in the water at the moment? We've lost
this
the
one's
plot
a serious
over the last
one.
couple
This
of
is a
days.
community event that's happening on Saturday, and it's called it's an Olympic event where 6 months ago we were all given nations to compete in the Olympics.
Oh, yes.
My group of friends, 6 of us, are Iran.
Yeah, I think did you maybe mention this on Monday's
Yeah.
show? I have been thinking about
Now,
this.
what am I going to do?
I don't know.
Do I lean into it? Do we carry a
I
dead,
don't
do we carry
fucking
a
lean
dead
into
body?
it.
No, we carry
Don't lean into it.
I know what you
G-Lane.
do. I know
This
what
could
you
be
do.
the end for you.
What?
Just pretend you're Iraq. Just say, no, Iraq. It's
Oh,
Iraq.
you're going to do, yeah, okay.
Just pretend you're Iraq.
That's
Just chuck a cross on it.
change the flag.
And then you're Iraq.
You can identify as whoever
And
you.
people's like, no, I thought you guys were Iraq. No.
What do we lean into it and carry it in like a dummy wrapped in sheets?
Okay, right, no.
And have the
No,
supreme
no,
leader
no,
on our
no,
shoulders,
no,
and
no.
and if someone holding a big picture frame up,
Fuck.
and then we'll walk in.
This is our last week as the ACC. If you do that, it's over for us.
What's a private event?
Yeah, but you've got mates. You know, so with
The photos get out.
Photos do get out. Joe will find them. Joe will get them. We get sent everything. Everything you do. Every bad decision you've ever made, we receive a message from a listener, someone that witnessed it, saying, "Hey, G Lane just did this."
But I feel like since I've talked to you about it and I've warned people about it,
this is not owning the narrative.
That this is okay because people can't be surprised now, can they?
No, I don't. I still don't.
And now
think
they're going to be prepared
Yeah.
to get the photo and then put
Get
it
the
to
photo.
world.
Get the photo.
People are going to be papping you from.
You get the photo? Yeah, I mean, look,
over.
there is a risk of it ending up on the Devonport Facebook group, which is a militant group of people who are upset at teenagers being teenagers and kids making too much noise. I mean, potentially, there's an issue there.
Has anyone seen this group of fathers dressed up as Iranians?
Yes, carrying a dead body.
Just think about that for a while. I'm happy for you to make your own decisions. You're a grown up.
What if we go in our
The voice
clothes?
of reason's
Our
not a good look
clothes
for me.
what if our clothes are all like kind of smouldering and
Okay.
faces are falling off? And
Let's not do that. We've got a lawn bowls competition coming
I didn't
up
do
next
that.
week.
Someone gave me Iran.
No. What?
That's his fate.
Did someone get? Who's the other fuckers? The States? USA?
Yeah, and there's Saudi as well in there.
Oh, that's confusing. Are they just going to be Are they just going to be in the middle, just trying to?
Well, it's an Olympic event. There's all sorts of sports going on, and we can't let politics get in the way of sport.
Just be careful with the jokes. I know you're going to go in there with a couple of organised one-liners. So next week we have the Super Lawn Bowls tournament coming up.
Yes, this is our yearly Hoonit Lawn Bowls, the Super Lawn Bowl event. This is good actually because we get paired with a blackjack. So we've got 6 teams, or 5 teams, 4 teams.
A what?
A blackjack.
4 teams.
A blackjack. A New Zealand Lawn Bowls player.
Oh,
You know, Selena
Goddard. Yeah.
Yep.
Selena Goddard, and there was
Don't remember any others.
what was the guy's name? Steve? Was it Steve?
Yeah, Steve. Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
we get paired with them. It's kind of the Black Clash version of for lawn bowls, really, on a much smaller scale.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yep. And it's next Tuesday at the Mount Eden Bowls Club, and you're welcome to come down and join us.
Please do. We'll
for,
be there.
for a beverage. We'll buy you a beer. In fact, we'll probably give you more than one beer.
I'll buy you 2.
Yeah, some hot dogs there. It's actually for Movember as well. We're raising money for those guys and the Movember Sports Club. So, yeah.
They're going to have a team in it, aren't they? The Movember boys.
Yeah,
We're
so
gonna
will
have one in
ZB.
there.
ZB. Defending the title.
I believe Matt Heath can't make it, though.
Yeah, Radio Hodaki are going to be there as well.
Okay.
Maybe Flavour.
I've thought about some like light kind of mid-game entertainment. Like, you know, how the mascot races or whatever that bullshit.
Careful. Yeah.
Oh, you can't use that, have they? The hits have patented
No, they
mascot
haven't.
race.
No, they
Have
haven't.
they?
Copyrighted it.
You can't copyright a mascot race.
But we do a Barry impression?
Oh, the best Barry.
The best Barry.
Remember Barry, who bowled and face planted?
Oh,
The old fella.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea. I don't mind now. I
So
don't
everyone
hate
gets
that.
up, gets a few drinks on, and then they do their best Barry.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
good, actually.
I'm intending to do an unintentional Barry at some stage. I'm going to get legless.
Yeah, Barry was.
God,
Barry
this has
was.
been a hell of a... Was he wasted?
I don't know. He had
Just-
some, he had
just
some
dangerous.
dangerous.
Has he just been
Yeah,
big-headed
just
and
dangerously old.
dart or something like
Yeah.
that, and he's
Got lost.
got the head spins and...
He's okay.
It's all right. Barry's okay. He's okay.
Well, is that... What's the best fall in the sporting adjacent video? Is it that, or is it the guy that went to bowl the ball in the school hall and he just ran the
Oh,
length of
yeah.
the pitch
That's and
on a
face plant.
45-degree angle and
There's
face
act-
planted into the stage?
And for pure international exposure, it's him.
Yeah.
He went.
That was one of the biggest videos we ever posted as well.
He's the
And
gift
I
that
always
keeps on
see
giving
it
that guy.
popping up on things, and they're like, and then when you get sent it back to you.
Yeah. It's
You're
on,
like-
it's on the loop. It's
Oh.
gone around the internet twice now.
Yeah, it's a bit like Manai and I's golf lingo.
Yeah.
First year, it's going to come around 3 or 4 times.
It'll come back up.
So much
yeah.
so people are ripping the audio and then doing the shots. It's weird. Anyway, should we do some yours, pleases?
Yeah, let's take a break. Good God.
Hey, I had some mean Formula One stuff to talk about that wasn't wounding, but we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, what...
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
right, okay, you were quick to say that, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll move
you-
on. We'll
you
go to yours,
really
please.
don't
then.
like
Let's just
Formula
go to yours,
One.
please.
Well, can you give...
Yours,
Move on.
please.
Move on. Move
Brought
on.
to you by Export Ultra.
We're moving on.
Can you just give me one word to know what it might be about?
Money.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
It is actually very interesting. I'm not going about the drivers and
It's
testing.
like corner 3.
No, fuck no. It's about the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my favourite part of the show, where we get to hear from you, the listener. No, it
I
really is.
genuinely like it.
No, I fucking like it too, man.
He's too desperate.
I love it.
Too desperate.
Hey guys, regarding the Cricket World Cup with the semi coming up in India,
I've got a semi.
Yeah.
should we consider employing a specialist coin tosser? I was just thinking about evening dew pesting about with these late night starts. Who would we pick in the team? If so, what sort of punishing stats would we put up on the graphics? Just thinking it might help bar us up for the semi to get us across the line. Specialist tosser.
I like specialist tosser. Brendan McCullum seemed to have quite a remarkable tossing record until the final of the Cricket World Cup 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 19 or 15?
I would have traded all the ones we'd won just for that one.
Yeah, I know. I think, was it...
Southie was useless, or was
Yeah,
that
think-
reviews? I can't
think
remember.
Latham went on a bit of a heater at home last summer.
Last summer was good.
Satner as well had a
Yeah.
had a run.
So I think we're all right in the tossing. I think
Steve
we've
the
got...
ship wasn't great.
No, I think we've got some pretty good tossers. I think Satner, I'm loving Satner at the moment. He has got this cool, calm, collected BDC.
PE teacher vibe.
Yeah, he just does. He's got a swagger.
Yeah, he's the hot PE teacher.
Yeah, and in the press conference recently, when his alarm went off,
He's just
in the middle of it, he went, just looked down and was like,
Is that nonchalant? Is that what that is?
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It also oozes a bit of confidence. So I think our tossing's good on that front.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah.
Next one. Yours, please.
Hey, mate! Just spent a day down in Canterbury.
Oh.
There is no mana down there.
The
Yeah.
day
Yes.
down in Canterbury.
For one thing, it's the most racist part of the country. They wouldn't say mana. Where's Otuatahi? This is Christchurch. What's mana? They'd be calling.
Yeah, true.
They'd be saying Canterbury Power, and they'd quickly go to White Power down there.
Hang on.
Who's mana? Fuck the Chiefs as well.
Oh.
Some great points
yeah,
there.
okay.
Thank you for that. Yours, please. You're dead right. No one in Christchurch is saying mana except you two, and you don't live in Christchurch. So
It was pronounced manor up until 2019.
Christchurch
it's
Manor.
it's like MANOR.
But we have since changed that. Yeah, no, there were a couple of points in there that were made that are hard to argue with. I'll hear that. But I'm not going to be hearing that Auckland certainly doesn't. I've been in Auckland now for a while. Auckland certainly doesn't have more mana than Christchurch. Where have you been? What do you mean you've been? Sorry, where was he? He spent a day down in Canterbury.
You don't need to speak longer than
What
that.
does that even mean?
Well, he might.
Did he just dip his toes in and dip him back out?
Yeah.
Like if he just came down to, I don't know, Blenheim, then Jesus Christ.
He might be on work. He might have flown down from Wally. He might have flown down from Auckland. Might have flown up from Dunedin.
There's a lot of possibilities. You
Yeah.
are right.
And
But
he's
I'm just
gone
saying,
there
if
and
he just
gone.
went to like Nelson or some shit, you are going to think that it's a bit of a.
Well, that's Marlborough though.
You're right. Fuck.
Okay, shall I go to a? We could test it.
But that's
I could go-
Crusaders to country, isn't it?
I could go to a Crusaders
It
game
is true. Yeah.
in Christchurch and hold up a sign saying no mana and see if anyone says anything.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd
Why don't you
do
do that at the Super Round?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Write this down. I'll forget.
When you dress in a Chiefs jersey
And then I'll say,
and they hold up a no mana, Crusaders have no mana sign.
yep, easy. I don't reckon most people from Christchurch wouldn't be able to read it.
No, mate. And I want hands in the air.
Christchurch has no
No.
What is mana?
You're going to get sack tap to fuck, mate. People are going to come up and just sack that tap. No, tap that sack.
I'm ready
tap.
for it. I'll wear a box.
Should we go back to the Dubai conversation? That was good. We were getting somewhere with that.
I don't think we were. Next one.
Yeah, g'day. Righto.
G'day, mate.
Story. Two cricket-related questions.
Yes.
If you could please use your deepest journalistic skills to find them out.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Have Dylan Cleaver's WhatsApp number.
Oh.
Number one, there was a lot of chat last week about if the Black Cats made the semi-finals, we were into the Olympics over Australia.
Yes.
Has that happened? Is that confirmed? Ooh. Can I get on the blower and tell some people to go fuck themselves? And number two, this old Ruhaha whips-a-daisy missile swap going on in the Middle East. Is that going to stop Matt Henry getting back? Because I'd quite like that on Thursday. Thank you. Love you. Fuck you.
Yeah, okay. Well, we covered that Matt Henry one. I believe he was in the air, and I believe he's going via Singapore.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to.
Yeah, and so I believe he is. The other question, yeah, interesting, the Olympic one, because
that was debunked.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, no, disappointingly.
How?
Well, just the initial post wasn't true.
So no, but so it's
how I can say it.
Okay, let's just say we win this T20 World Cup.
Yes, we don't get enough points.
So we still won't get in the Olympics.
We will be still 5 behind Australia.
Oh, for tits' sake!
On world ranking points.
Apparently. But are we going to go to the? Are we going to go to the Olympics? So we
won't.
So that
no, but there's one spare place in the.
And it'll go to Pakistan.
Yeah, because this is the fucking stupidity of the whole thing. It's like
at least we get
host country is the US.
Yep.
And then it's from the Confederation, so Oceania, Asia, Africa. So you got and Europe, England. Then you got Africa, South Africa, Asia.
Okay, right.
Is India.
To do it. Yeah, I see what.
And then you've got Australasia, Australia. And then, so there's one spare, though, to make it into the tournament that they haven't declared where that's going to go. Now, everyone knows that the ICC have only engaged the IOC to make money on the India-Pakistan game and grow the game. So
it was because they're notorious.
We need to win this.
Shit at all other things.
We need to win this even more, because then we can go, hey, we're the world champions, but we're not at the Olympics, so this doesn't count.
I think if
we have to undermine the fuck out of that tournament.
Maybe we pump South Africa and those 5 T20s that we've got here as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'll add to it, but I don't think we can overtake Australia. Well, I mean, this was Australians coming back at me, so.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Damn it, I was ready to crow about that.
Yeah, I was ready to go as well.
Yeah, okay. And the Aussies shut you down? God damn Aussies. Sorry about that. Well, that answers that, and also Matt Henry in the air. Hopefully he's playing.
Well, that's backfired on that yours pleaser though, because he was about to phone up some mates and make some fuck you phone calls.
I already have,
and he's gonna now get some fuck you phone calls in return.
I think he was checking.
Yeah, he was checking.
Yeah.
You know, well,
it's good due diligence.
He's gonna get some in return now.
Good due diligence, I'd say.
Last.
Move on.
Fellas, it's Pete here, based in Dunedin. The worst toilets I have been to are the male toilets at the boat park at Lake Ruataniwha in Twizel.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly teenage boys who use these toilets to take dumps pre-race when they're nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely grim. Now, the building is 60 years old, does not air properly, so the smell just lingers.
I can imagine exactly what I've almost pictured those toilets at Ruataniwha down there in Twizel. All the rowers proteined up to the eyeballs.
Cold down in Twizel.
Cold also, and just teenage boys. General hygiene is not good. I mean, there's probably little wiping going on, little disregard for the bowl, disregard for cleaning up as well. Just leaving body matter everywhere. So I think that conversation came out of the worst toilets and marathon toilets and stuff.
Last week it was where's the worst toilets you've ever been to. Number 1 rule. You wipe until the marker turns from black to red.
Oh God, that is disgusting.
Okay,
that's one of the worst. Move on. Yeah, that's one of the worst things you've ever said.
Move on.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the last one.
Listen to you guys a lot. Not sure that it makes me fucked up or whether it makes you fucked up. Anyway, first 11 of crazy fucking names of cricket. Pooran. Hard dick, fuck is a man. Got to be a few more out there. Love to hear thoughts. Not a great fan of Waimate or Canterbury in general. Okay. Go hard.
I love that. I love
It hurts more than the fuck you Canterbury.
I love the drive-by just at the end.
Not a
fan of
really
why.
a fan.
Just a kind of a throwaway. It's like, look, not a fan of Waimate or Canterbury.
It's like when someone calls you boring.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's actually hurts more than being called a fuckwit.
We'll have to think about those names. I know that.
Me and Dad, Jarvid, me and Dad. I'm always a massive fan of
Kemar
that.
Roach was always coming from the West Indies.
There's Reefer as well.
Yeah, Reefer from the West Indies was always a good one.
Oh, awesome.
Fuck is a man you can't go past. He was one of the greats.
Arshdeep.
What was the other one that we had recently that was a good one?
There was a shit one.
What, the big bastard?
No, it was. What was it? It was the Zimbabwean one. Anyway, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get back to you on that.
We'll finish that off. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Maybe we even save that for the South African series.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because you got De Kock as well.
Massive.
He'll be playing.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say Wayo.
Wayo.
Is he still playing?
Nah, I don't think so. Is that it for a Wednesday? We got through that. Sporting Sahara.
I think we delete that one. Boys, I'm serious.
All of it?
All of that one. Yeah, I think that one was.
That was pretty good.
I think we should.
You need to move on.
I think I'm going to be giving you a James McConey-esque phone call, Joe, in about 20 minutes from now going, hey, can we delete that part?
Which part exactly?
The whole thing.
That's all good because he sat right beside me.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing needs to go.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.